Nicki to be the queen that she could be. I want her to be respected and regarded the way that she deserves to be for her talent. But, nonetheless, you gotta own what you own. All right.
Jason Lee jumped in immediately when Nicki Minaj's political shift started trending online. He broke it down in a way that changed the whole conversation. What could have stayed as casual chatter became a major cultural debate. He framed it as a strategic mistake instead of just personal opinion. It wasn't about votes, it was about influence, brand image, and the risks a global star faces when connecting to a divisive political moment.
She has been through some trauma and some abuse with Rock Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things, again, as hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform, they've abused her talents, they've abused of her freedom of speech, they've abused her family, they've attacked her husband, they've attacked her child. And it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her. Let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe.
Nicki had been hinting at a change for weeks. Fans noticed small reposts, certain hashtags, and public appearances, analyzing each moment in detail. Eventually, her signals became much clearer. Some supporters called it brave, while critics called it risky. Jason Lee focused on a different angle: audience division. He pointed out that Nicki's success came from appealing to many cultures, gaining mainstream approval, and building a fan base across all ages and backgrounds. When that group starts arguing among themselves, it's not just chatter, it affects influence, power, and revenue. Soon, Jason's analysis went viral. Clips of his commentary were shared everywhere. Blogs highlighted his sharp points. Podcasts replayed them, sparking intense discussions online. Some said he overreacted. Others agreed he was expressing what insiders already felt. Analysts noticed online engagement shifting, with more negative responses tied to Nicki's political posts. Jason explained that today, celebrity influence isn't just about music, it's about perception. Aligning with politics can permanently color how every song, appearance, and deal is seen.
Nicki is obsessed with right? She says Christy Teigen has one, she's called me a she's called Don Lemon a I don't know what her obsession with are. But here's the deal. I'm not thinking of Nicki Minaj today. I think that what she's doing, just the troping, the continuous disregard for the LGBT community, for her fans, for humanity, for everybody, it's an embarrassment to the culture. So I'm not really thinking of Nicki. And I think Billy Porter told my reporter the other day on the red carpet exactly how we're.
What made the situation so striking wasn't insults or drama. It was how precise Jason Lee was. He didn't yell or sensationalize. Instead, he broke down the brand risk situation with the focus of a sharp business analyst, not a gossip writer. That calm, calculated approach gave his words weight and turned a messy internet story into a real lesson about strategy. The online world loves spectacle, but it also respects careful thinking. Jason presented the controversy as a warning about timing, influence, and knowing your audience. Within the first day, the conversation shifted. Nicki wasn't just trending. Her brand was being examined under a microscope. Every move, post, or comment was now scrutinized. Fans fueled the next wave of chaos. Longtime supporters debated across platforms. Some defended her right to speak freely. Others felt betrayed, claiming this new direction didn't match the values they associated with her. Pages that once shared tour clips or throwback hits became arenas for political debates. And the discussion grew louder. Engagement on Nicki-related political posts surged, rivaling major album releases. But high engagement didn't mean universal approval. The spike revealed division, which spreads faster than unity. Screenshots circulated, reaction videos multiplied, and the culture became polarized, while algorithms amplified every argument. Jason returned with even sharper analysis, warning that controversy alone doesn't equal strength. Without careful control, it can erode influence. Aligning with politics transforms an artist from entertainer into a symbol of a movement, and that changes everything. Industry insiders whispered about partnerships growing cautious. No deals were canceled publicly, but speculation alone made headlines. Sponsors in 2026 favor predictability, and political risk brings uncertainty, affecting budgets and collaborations. The ripple effect Jason had predicted. Add in the energy of an election year, and every statement becomes high stakes. Fans and commentators debated authenticity versus strategy, independence versus risk, and whether public figures owe neutrality to their audience. The conversation had grown far beyond Nicki herself. It had become a case study in fame, influence, and the power of timing.
Nicki to be the queen that she could be. I want her to be respected and regarded the way that she deserves to be for her talent. But nonetheless, you gotta own what you own.
What kept the conversation alive wasn't drama or shouting. It was constant visibility. Every time a clip resurfaced, the debate reignited. In the world of social media, stories don't fade quietly. They loop endlessly, and every new post adds fuel to the fire. Jason Lee's analysis became the backbone of countless reaction threads. People didn't always agree with him, but his breakdown felt organized, logical, and hard to ignore. It transformed what could have been gossip into a structured discussion about timing, influence, and public perception. By the end of the first week, the story wasn't fading, it was evolving. What began as a moment of shock developed into sustained conversation, and sustained discussion shapes perception in the long term. In today's digital era, perception is power, and that power can shift almost instantly when politics enters the spotlight. Analysts and entertainment commentators began weighing in, speculating how Nicki's political alignment might affect tours, streaming numbers, and fan engagement. While no official reports confirmed anything, speculation alone has weight. Headlines asking whether brand risk existed immediately made the question part of the story. That's how momentum builds online. Jason Lee highlighted this financial angle clearly. He stressed that this wasn't about ideology, it was about strategy. When a major artist aligns with a divisive political identity, different audience groups react differently. Some double down in support, others quietly step back. That disengagement doesn't always trend immediately, but over time, it shows in ticket sales, playlist placements, and brand enthusiasm. His commentary felt like a boardroom presentation hidden inside a viral clip. Digital analysts noted spikes in searches linked to Nicki's political posts, rather than her music catalog during peak moments of discussion. That shift matters. When politics overshadows artistry, brand balance tilts, and the narrative moves from songs to statements. Cultural critics debated whether controversy could actually strengthen Nicki's position with a new segment of fans. Some argued political branding can create loyalty among emerging supporters, while others warned that alienating core demographics carries far greater risk than attracting new ones. The conversation quickly became a tug-of-war between opportunity and potential erosion. Jason's sharpest observation was that influence without careful planning can lead to self-inflicted turbulence. Not collapse or cancellation, turbulence. That word captured the moment perfectly. The plane wasn't crashing, but it was shaking. Unlike typical celebrity gossip, this episode reached massive scale. Political alignment touches wider societal tension, and tension magnifies reactions. Entertainment blogs became political commentary hubs, and political forums began referencing music industry metrics. Pop culture and civic discussion collided. Nicki stayed active online, occasionally responding to criticism, which only generated more content. Screenshots circulated quickly, reaction videos multiplied, and every post extended the lifespan of the controversy. Silence wasn't an option. Engagement ensured the spotlight remained bright. In 2026, fame moves at algorithm speed. Once a narrative hits trending status, it sustains itself. Jason Lee's commentary may have set the tone, but the digital machine carried it forward. The story evolved beyond a single political statement. It became a case study in influence under pressure. Pressure exposes cracks quickly. Soon, the conversation shifted to legacy. Cultural critics asked whether moments like this define careers or fade into footnotes. Jason argued consistency builds long-term influence, but sudden ideological shifts can rewrite a public image overnight. Online think pieces compared this to past celebrity political stances. Some stars thrived, others faced brand contraction. The determining factor often came down to preparation and clear messaging. Fans felt the divide. Longtime supporters expressed loyalty fatigue, while others became fiercely protective. Music fandom, once centered on creativity and enjoyment, had become a space for political debate. Industry insiders reportedly discussed how labels navigate political branding. Labels focus on profitability, artists prioritize autonomy, and tension arises when these priorities collide. Though no official statements emerged, speculation alone added fuel to the narrative. Jason maintained a calm, measured tone throughout follow-up commentary, focusing on accountability and business logic rather than emotion. That consistency reinforced his credibility with viewers who value strategy over sensationalism. As more media figures weighed in, the discussion deepened. Some defended Nicki's independence, while others echoed Jason's cautionary points. Repetition cemented the narrative. In digital culture, revisiting controversy embeds it in public memory. That embedding matters. It influences how future projects are perceived, how interviews are framed, and how headlines are written. The moment grew bigger than any single clip or comment. It became an ongoing discourse about the intersection of fame, politics, and public perception. The saga didn't end quickly. Political branding and entertainment rarely resolve overnight. The story simmers, resurfaces, and follows artists into new projects. Jason Lee's viral breakdown ensured that this moment wouldn't vanish quietly. Weeks later, search analytics still tied Nicki's name to political discussions, showing how persistent controversy can be. Fame amplifies everything, and political alignment multiplies that effect. Fans continue to defend her independence, critics continue to question strategy, and the industry watches carefully. Touring announcements, streaming milestones, and partnership renewals will all be measured through the lens created during this controversy. Narrative shapes context. Jason's commentary may have been sharp, but it reflected a broader truth about celebrity influence in 2026. Artists are brands. Brands operate within markets. Markets respond to perception shifts. That cycle is relentless. Nicki's music catalog remains strong, and her cultural impact is undeniable. Controversy doesn't erase success, but it adds complexity, forcing recalibration and shaping the next chapter. One move, one reaction, one viral analysis, and suddenly the ecosystem is buzzing. That's modern fame. Strategy now matters as much as creativity, and Jason Lee's commentary ensured everyone is watching every step.